What a beautiful day to be alive. Thank you for joining me today for this guided meditation. As always, I invite you to take this meditation walking, lying down, whatever you need, just not while operating heavy machinery or doing anything that requires excessive conscious thought. Finding your comfortable place. Today's meditation, we will be integrating mind, body, and spirit together. So finding each piece and each part and bringing them to the table to come up with one objective. So before we dive in, maybe bring to mind the area of contention or discouragement or frustration that you've been feeling, if there's been feeling like there's a disconnect between what you want, what you have, what you need to do, and just bringing that frustration kind of to the room before we drop in so that when you're there, it will arise as needed, and then just letting it be what it is. So that's the invitation to begin. The next invitation is to begin to settle into the posture, the pose, the energy you want to bring to this meditation. Noticing the ground beneath you, the air around you, the heart beating in your chest, the breath in your lungs. Bringing it all together, all as one, not trying to change, alter, or judge your current state, but rather just being mindful and present of it. Beginning by taking a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, filling the lungs, the chest, really expanding, filling the body, and then exhaling out with a sigh, releasing the tension, the energy, letting everything melt. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Lengthen that inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lengthen that exhale. Really begin to empty the body here. Coming into a state of deep, mindful breathing at your own pace. As you inhale, imagining that breath traveling to all the areas of tension within your body. And as you exhale, giving that tension permission to let go, and to relax. Allowing the body to become heavy. Allowing the head to fall loose, the shoulders to melt, the shoulder blades melting together. Letting the pelvis release, releasing tension in the thighs and the feet and in the fingers. Allowing your body to sink into this moment, into this present experience. And as you begin to come into this experience of lightness, of being held by the earth beneath you, begin to bring to mind a room that feels warm and safe and fully yours. Thinking about where the windows are, the color of the floor, the energetics of this warm, safe, intimate space within you. You find yourself in this room, noticing that there are multiple seats arranged for guests. Taking a moment to find your comfort here, whether that means making a cup of tea, settling into your favorite spot. Just beginning to allow the safety and the warmth of this room to hold you in this moment. And as you begin to settle in to this space, as it continues to create in the mind's eye and you become more intimately familiar with your own inner world, begin to shift your focus to the mind, the head, noticing how the head feels, how the mind feels. Just noticing, not changing, not shifting, just noticing. And then shifting into the body, moving down the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the stomach, the sacral, the glutes, just physically feeling into the body, not judging, not changing, not shaming, but beginning to tune with its needs. And now shifting your mind's eye to the soul, to your essence, to your inner knowing. Checking in, tapping in, finding familiarity, not judging, not changing, not shaming. 3 parts, 1 whole. And then release all of those thoughts, all of those connections. Release the mind's eye, come back into the room. And then bring forward the thing in your life that feels frustrating, misaligned, or needing integration. Bring to mind the thing or the experience or the memory or the sensation that is looking to find a home outside of logic, outside of making sense, but finding a knowing within you on how to proceed with integrity, how to move from a place of oneness. Bring this to mind. And taking this frustration, this misalignment, this energy, and putting it in a ball in front of you, maybe holding it out in your hand as it forms and morphs into a physical object that you can hold. And then placing that object in front of you at the table, noticing, not judging, not shaming. And you hear a knock at the door. And as you go to open the door to welcome in your guest, in comes mind, thought, logic. And you invite logic in, maybe pour logic a cup of tea, and invite them to sit with you. And you sit with logic and you let logic tell you what logic thinks you should do with this frustration, this misalignment, this energy. Moving forward, just calling it energy. You ask logic, what should I do with this energy? And you make space for the mind. Not judging, not shaming, not problem solving. What does the mind think you should do? Giving space to feel seen and heard. And then you thank mind. Thank you, mind, for those beautiful thoughts and for sharing. And then you hear a second knock. And you go to the door and you see body. And you welcome body in. And you give body a glass of tea or a cup of tea. And you sit and you ask body, what do you feel like we should do with this energy? And you tap into body and you feel into body. Where do you feel the body wants you to go with this energy, this frustration, this moving force? And then you thank body. Thank you, body, for sharing with me and telling me how you feel about this energy and how you would like me to proceed. I hear you, I see you, and I thank you. And then you hear a final knock at the door, and it's spirit. You open the door, you welcome spirit in. You offer spirit a cup of tea, and you sit. And you say, oh, dear spirit, how do you feel about this energy? What would you do with this energy? And you sit in reverence of what spirit and soul and essence would like to share with you. And you allow that to sink in, to find home. And you look to spirit You say, "Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I see you. I hear you." And now you realize you're sitting in a space with mind, body, and spirit all in one. And as a collaborative team working within this whole, you ask them, what do we do as a team? What is the next step? How do we move with this energy? And each part gets to speak kindly, clearly, and directly, and collaborate with each, knowing that this is for the highest good, serving the highest purpose, and that there is space for all three, for logic, for sensation, for connection. Allowing your focus to narrow, your thoughts to become clear, tapping in and letting yourself feel the integration of all three parts coming together as one to give you one single, meaningful, actionable thought that feels grounded, integrated, and like a good first step, even if it's just a little step. And letting yourself honor what that sensation feels like. If there is any residual tension between parts or yourself, or you feel any division, make space, tap in, hear what needs to be said, make room, or just note the tension and work with it and continue to work with it. Taking a moment more here in this space, in this safe room, in the warmth of your own inner world, with parts that see and know you and witness you fully. Taking anything else that you need in this moment, any messages, insights, movements, gathering what you'd like to take with you back into your present moment. And beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, noticing the breath moving in through the nose into the lungs, noticing the temperature of the room, the beating of your heart. Bringing your awareness back into the space, looking around you, grounding back, pulling all of the energy that went and pulling it back in, coming back to your physical form. And as an invitation always to grab a journal and take a few minutes following this to integrate what you've brought forward and what came up into writing, honoring the neuroscience and the magic that comes with moving things out of the mind into physical form. Thank you for your vulnerability, your journey, and your practice with me today. May all the love and light inside of me see and honor the love and light inside of you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, my friend.